The Emperor's New Clothes. Once upon a time, there lived an emperor who loved clothes. He would strut around his palace in a parade of different outfits day and night. There were mirrors in every room so he could admire his reflection as he passed by. The emperor had comfy outfits for the morning, made from silk and trimmed in feathers. He had stylish outfits for the afternoon, made from wool and dyed in rich colors. And he had extra special outfits for the evening, made from the most expensive cloth and sewn with thread of pure gold. In fact, the emperor had so many clothes that he often didn't know what to wear. One day, two wicked men came to the palace. They knew all about the emperor's love of clothes. "Your Highness, we are weavers," they said, "but we can do something that no other weavers can do. We can make a magic cloth. This cloth is very special because only clever people can see it." The emperor was impressed. "I would like you to make me a suit from this magic cloth," he said. "Of course, Your Highness. It would be an honor," said the first weaver. They began to measure the emperor, who pouted and preened in the mirror, imagining himself in his new suit. "Sire, we will need lots of gold thread," said the second weaver. "You shall have all the gold thread you need," replied the emperor. He turned to one of his servants. "Please show these fine gentlemen to the royal storeroom." The two men had never seen so much gold thread. Laughing and clapping their hands with glee, they filled their bags and left the palace. A few days later, the emperor called for one of his ministers. "Go and find out how the weavers are getting on," he ordered. "I need something new to wear." The minister went off to the weaver's workshop. There, he found the two weavers sitting in front of a loom, busy at work. The minister rubbed his eyes. He couldn't see any cloth. "That's strange," he thought. Not wanting to appear foolish, he smiled at the weavers. "The cloth is looking wonderful. When will the emperor's suit be ready?" he asked. "Soon, soon," replied the first weaver. "But we will need more gold thread to complete the suit," said the second weaver. The minister hurried back to the emperor. As soon as he was gone, the weavers roared with laughter. "Oh, this is priceless! What a foolish man!" Back at the palace, the minister bowed before the emperor. Not wishing to be called a fool, he said, "Sire, I have never seen a cloth more beautiful. The weavers need more gold thread to finish your suit." "Well, send more over then," replied the emperor. For a whole week, the weavers pretended to cut and sew the magic cloth to make the new suit. At last, they returned to the palace, proudly pretending to carry the fine new outfit. The emperor was very excited and handed the weavers a heavy bag of gold coins in payment. He took off his clothes and the weavers fussed around him, pretending to smooth and adjust the new suit. "It fits you perfectly," they cried. The emperor looked in the mirror. He couldn't see any clothes. But not wanting to appear foolish, he said, "It's wonderful!" As soon as the two men had left the palace, they doubled over in laughter. Their plan had worked, and now they were rich. News of the emperor's special new suit quickly spread throughout the kingdom. Everyone was sure that they would be able to see the magic cloth. "Yes, sire, it's truly splendid," complimented the emperor's ministers. No matter how hard he looked, the emperor still could not see any clothes. "I can't be more of a fool than my ministers," he thought, "and they all can see the suit." So he ordered them to send out a royal announcement. He would lead a grand procession through the city, wearing his new suit. When the great day arrived, people gathered in the streets to catch a glimpse of the emperor as the procession passed by. Finally, the emperor appeared riding on a fine white horse. Nervous whispers rippled through the crowd. No one wanted to appear foolish, so at last a timid voice called out, "The emperor's new clothes are magnificent!" Suddenly, everyone started talking and shouting at once. "How stylish! Smart and fashionable!" The emperor smiled as he trotted along, feeling very pleased with himself. Then, a small boy and his sister pushed to the front of the crowd. They started to point and giggle. "Look!" they cried. "The emperor has no clothes on!" Suddenly, everyone realized that it was true. Before long, the laughter had spread through the crowd in waves. The emperor turned bright red. "What a fool I am!" he gasped. "How could I have been so silly and vain?" He looked around for the two weavers, but of course they were nowhere to be seen. Filled with shame, the emperor made his way back to the palace. "I will never be so vain about my clothes again," said the emperor to his minister as he was helped back into his old suit. "I promise that I'll start to be a better emperor and will spend less time looking in the mirror." He was true to his word, and he was a much happier emperor from that day on. The end.